All right, this is the pt1sm, which basically says that it's a 12 block a minute machine that is run off electricity. This is a picture of the motor, and it's a standard hydraulic system. It's a little more complex than some of the others, but it's basically standard. But what is non-standard is this. This is the power supply. This is 480 volts in American at running at 60 hertz. When you get it there in Morocco or wherever, in most other countries, it'll be a 400 volt running at 50 hertz. And the motor's compliant to that. But what we're going to talk about is the wiring on this. This device right here is a 12 volt rectifier. And this is actually not the one that will come with the machine. The one we are putting on there will be larger in order to handle the fan. This is the starter. This is a overload, and this is also a starter. This is a soft starter. And of course this is the main switch. You can see how the main switch works. And that would be the on position, and that's the off position. The cabinet, Tim, would you bring me that screwdriver? I had it out here just a minute ago. You have to use a screwdriver and insert it into this slot right here to be able to open the door. Would you show us how to open the door, Tim? Rotate that 90 degrees, and then that moves the handle. Okay, so the handle comes in here. And when that is not in the complete down position, the cabinet will open. Well, will not open. When you push it down, the cabinet opens. If we want to lock it, then we'll take this, and that locks the door. So you can't get this. You have to open this. Go ahead and turn it, Tim. There we go. Okay, then we open that. We gain access to the cabinet. It's important when you wire this. Here's the power coming in right here. These are the power wires. They come in. There's 3 wires because it's 3-phase. Trying to make sure this is in the right place. Okay, it's 3 wires, and doesn't matter which wire you've got. We have the markings that we have on our wires are L1, L2, and L3, and that's kind of the way we hooked them up. And there's a reason for that. We'll get to that in a minute. The important thing is we have a ground that comes down here. The ground's right here on the back of the machine. This also needs to be tied. We're using, go ahead, bring that welding lead over here. We're using a welder lead that's grounded to our facilities for the ground lead to the structure. Whatever you do, this machine has to be grounded. Remember, you've got 100 amps available, and you've got 480 volts, and it will kill somebody if you have a short circuit and you aren't grounded. Everything in here is bonded and grounded. We have dual systems here. We have a 480 volt system that the voltage comes in here, goes direct to the motor and nowhere else. We transform it right here and change it to 24 volts DC. That is running our control panel. So the only voltage you have in your control panel is 24 volt DC. So it's safer to work with. The fan, the cooling fan, is 24 volt DC. The valves are 24 volt DC. So you don't have any issues with different voltages in anything other than in this main cabinet, which we have to do at one point. Have I covered everything? I think I have. Okay, we're going to go through the startup procedures here in a minute. We have to run. In our case, we don't have 480 volts available here in 3-phase, so we have a gen set that we're using to do that. We are going to start that. So everything is real cold right now. It's less than 0 Celsius right now here, so it will take us a few minutes to get started.